NewsX, we have some breaking news coming in. The headline indices, Sensex and Nifty, have opened the week on a strong note with both benchmarks in the green. BSE Sensex jumps 3,000 points, as a close at 82,429. We can put this out on our screens as well for our viewers to see for themselves. The mood was lifted by news of a ceasefire agreement between India and Pakistan, bringing some relief to the geopolitical nerves and, of course, largely to the markets itself. With BSE Sensex, previous close was 79,454, and we're now learning that today's close is 82,429. So an almost 3,000 point jump there as far as the Sensex is concerned. Let me also quickly compare that to Nifty 50. Also up by 912 points, viewers, 3.8% increase, closing at 24,920 today. So important developments that are taking place, where we're now learning that the Indian stock market is once again reviving. Remember, there was a slump in between when Donald Trump had announced his tariffs, and then in the past few days when the India-Pakistan conflict began, we saw that there was a slight slump in the Indian markets once again, but all is good and has been revived ever since the ceasefire has been announced. Dr. Sharad Kohli with us on the broadcast. Sharad Kohli, good news once again for Indian investors. How do you read the market, Sharad?
Good afternoon, Devika. Good afternoon to the viewers of NewsX. I think the markets seem to be in a celebratory mode because in the recent past, I can't remember in the recent past when the market had risen so much in one single session. More than 900 points for Nifty, close to 3,000 points for Sensex. Bank Nifty up by 1,800, Nifty IT by 2,400. I mean, it was magic everywhere as far as the green color was concerned. It was painted green all over. Yes, you're right. I think the market seemed to be the most happy out of the India-Pakistan ceasefire, apart from the other sections of the society. I think this is also compounded by the fact that we are hearing some kind of truce discussions between Russia and Ukraine on the war which has been going on for more than 3 years now. And second, and third, in fact, the reason is US and China. Some kind of trade deal is being probably felt like happening in the very near future. President Trump did speak about it as some kind of deal with China, maybe. So I think it all worked together, domestic as well as international cues, and the market seemed to be celebrating more than anybody else. Having said that, Devika, I would like to add here that we cannot trust Pakistan as a country from the history. Not that I want to sound pessimistic, but knowing their past, I think I would advise investors to be cautious because when so much of rise happens in a single session, there's always a chance of a profit booking coming. And the markets can always turn around if one single breach on the LOC happens or something happens. So I think there's a need for caution. People who are invested in long term, they should be happy, they can remain invested. But people who are short-term investors, in market we call it as trend is the friend. They should just follow the trend, and mid-term investors can be very cautious on what's going to happen in the times to come. But they need to be very, very watchful. But for now, let's not forget the celebration for today. Let's not mar that celebration by any kind of caution. A very, very record-breaking session today, Devika, undoubtedly.
And Sharad, what's your reading on investment as far as stocks in defense is concerned? We are learning that several people are really looking at now investing further in several defense-related stocks as well, ever since the conflict has taken place.
Well, no doubt about that, but a very important point to note in Devika and what you said is that there's something in the market we call it as a PE, the price-earning ratio. For the help of NewsX viewers, this speaks of the leveraging of the price. So a lot of defense stocks are already on a very high PE. Now, when the stock is on a high PE, this means that the stock is a bit overvalued. So while investing in defense stocks, I would advise the investors to pick up the stocks which are undervalued, because some of the stocks like Hindustan Aeronautics, Bharat Electronics, they have already shot up quite a bit. So, when the stock gets overvalued, you can always see heavy profit booking and the price crashes. Yes, defense stocks as a future, knowing the fragile geopolitical situation at this point, the defense stocks are definitely going to do well, and India's defense exports have already crossed 25,000 crores per annum. India used to once upon a time even import nuts and bolts, forget about making missiles and aircraft. So a word of caution, but if you are good in choosing your defense stocks, I'm sure they can give you very good returns in the times to come. But keep a watch on the PE, which is a very important, parameter for picking the stock, Devika.
Okay, Sharad, thank you so much for joining us on NewsX with that
pleasure.
update.